Hello! Tis I, Wallaber, back working on my little game called Chat Predicts, which is my game that I'm hoping to integrate into my Twitch stream that chat can predict what's going to happen and make streams a little more interesting and exciting. And it's been really fun to work on. That's have a cool little game that can actually connect to Twitch, and it's really fun to work on something like that because it's kind of a unique type of interaction. So where we left off last time on this project is we had hooked up palette support so that we can make the game look cool and have different color schemes. So you can see here, for example, I've got this kind of bluish scheme, but when I hit play, it's loading in a palette that we put in last time, and there we go. Now we have this kind of nice unified green and yellow theme to the whole game here, which is pretty cool. So I think I want to start today by adding in one more palette just to sort of confirm how that all works. So we're going to make a new one here. I don't know the name of this yet, but let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, so this is going to be our new palette. And we basically have this very simple setup where we've got a bunch of specific names for things in the game, and you can assign colors to those things. So we're going to pop over here and find a new palette and set it up here. So let's see, I think I saw like a yeah, this one, Spook 12, is kind of cool. So this is a 12 color palette. It's kind of a Halloween theme. Let's have a look at this one. This could be fun. So in this scenario, what should we do here? I think we probably would like to use a purple background, right? But maybe we do like, let's try this. What if we did this color as the background? Maybe even, well, we have gradient support, so I could try that out. Oh, hey Brybot, how's it going? What time is it where you're at? These have been late night hacking sessions. No, actually, this is a slightly early time for me normally. It's 7:45 p.m. right now. I'm in Los Angeles. So I more frequently have been streaming kind of like after the kids go to bed. So that's from like 9 or 10 p.m. Or right around bedtime. But today I was going to get in a little hour and a half or so here in the sort of late Sunday evening. Thank you, Myra, for stopping by. Okay, so we're going to try this color as the background. And then I think let's try making like the side walls, which is this, and maybe even normal walls. So let's try just side walls will be darker, and the bucket dividers. No, we'll see. This is gonna be the background. We'll have darker sides, and then like a regular wall. We could go with this like brown color. And then the bucket dividers, I think we're gonna go with like maybe this like lighter brown. Okay. And then a moving object. What color do we want the ball to be? We want the ball to be orange, I think. So let's make a moving object this like yellowish color. Okay. And then the ball is gonna be this color here. So let's plop those in. Okay, and then the ghost ball is going to be the same thing, but with like an alpha channel. The ball trail should be this color, I think. Okay, now the UI. Let's see. What if we do What should we do for that? We could try that the background is black. The fill and the frame could be like this color. And the text would be white. Okay. Now the bucket. So the buckets, we said we're going to make this this color. So maybe we'll do the same thing here, where the background, the indicator is this color, and then the text on it, probably white. Try that. Okay, now when we go to the recap screen, what should we do here? Should we just use these 3 tones of purple? Probably. So there would be this one, and this one. Okay, alright, so we saved that. Now let's go back here and let's call this one Spooky. Okay, now we have this config thing, or config file, which maybe we can just open it here. Is it not showing up in there? Maybe it doesn't show up there. We can go like this, show in Explorer. Okay, and we're going to open this with Notepad. There we go. Okay, so I added a few things here. Previous to this, there's a bunch of like kind of like secret strings that you need to use to set this whole thing up. And in the event that I end up releasing this in some way so other streamers can use it, they're going to have to go through some steps in order to use it. They have to make their own Twitch bot, and they have to make a Twitch application. And then when they create that application, they get various things like a key and a secret, or a secret and a API key and an API secret or whatever. And then there's a bunch of similar things for your bot. And so in order to connect properly to your channel, you need all those values. And previously I had them just in a code file where they were just like static strings that I could reference throughout the code. But we need this to be configurable. So I've instead changed it now so that in the sort of like in the streaming assets folder in the game, now you can specify a text file, and that text file can have all the keys in it. So I've already switched that over. Obviously I'm not going to open that file because that has my values in it. But I've got that all set up now. So my little config is already paying off. See, we have 2 different things now. But let's try this. We're going to switch this to spooky.text, and we're going to run the game. Okay. All right. Now I think our color choices are a little weird. They don't look that great. Yeah, I think that background is way too bright. So let's go back and look at this palette, and then let's go look at our actual choices here. Okay, so we could go with this darker. I wonder if we should actually have no. Let's go with the darker purple as the background. Okay, and then we'll go with this like lighter purple as the wall, as the frame wall. Okay, and then well, let's see, what does that do? Okay, a little better. I think though, actually, for this one, we may want to go with that the actual background is black. Like that. Then we can have the frame walls be this dark purple. Let's see how that looks. Oh, already much better. And I think the default wall here, this like brown, is not so great. It's not as interesting. We have other more interesting colors here. Let's see. So Yeah, we had the wall as this color here. And we had the bucket dividers as this brighter color here. Maybe let's try making the walls and the bucket dividers the same color. Although I don't think I'm using this green much. Or are we using it for the moving objects? No, I don't think we are. So I think the problem is we're missing the green. I don't see any of the... I don't feel like I chose the green here. Let's use this green for walls. And let's try that. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's the moving objects. Those are kind of the bright yellow. Let's see if we can get a different starting level here. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's definitely got a bit of a Halloween vibe to it. I think that maybe I would make the bucket dividers the same purple as the frame. So that would be this. Frame wall and bucket dividers be the same color. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Okay. So that's super easy and quick. Let's do one more. Let's find one more, and then we can sort of move on to new work. Okay, let's go back one. Let's see. Maybe we want something with like a max of 8 colors or something. Let's see. So we already used this one, green one. Looked pretty cool. This ice cream palette is pretty nice. I like that. That one would be like a light background, and then the walls and stuff. Yeah, this could be cool. Maybe a little light on number of colors. Because I imagine we would do this. We would use this sort of cream color for the background. Like this. And then like walls and things would be this. So frame wall, bucket divider, regular wall would all be that color. And then moving objects, the ghost ball, and the ball trail would all be this other color, and then the ball would definitely need to be this most sort of like striking reddish color, right? Now, what have we not handled here? Oh, we haven't done the UI stuff. So if this is going to be... Okay, so this would be the UI fill, or the background of the UI, and then the fill color and the frame would be this. UI fill, boom, UI frame, boom, and then I guess the text would be this darker color. Okay, now here, when we go to the recap screens, I guess we would say we're going to use this, this, and this. Oh, it's going to look a little weird. Actually, wait. Yeah, we want to use this one instead of the bright one. Okay. Like that. And then if that's the case, then the text would be this cream color. Sarah! Okay, so what is this thing? Ice cream. Okay, so we call that ice cream. Let's try that one. Ice cream. I want to do one that looks like a Game Boy as well. That would be cool. Okay, let's run it. Whoa! Looks totally different. Okay, we haven't done the buckets. They're like still weird leftover colors. And the UI text Yeah, it's okay. This looks pretty cool though. I really like how you can quickly change the whole feel of the game. Okay. So we need to open this up. Okay. So not UI, the bucket indicator. So if this is the thing, these are the walls. I guess we have to use this as the bucket indicators. It might give the false impression that those are something you can collide with, but yeah, actually maybe we'll make a change here in a second. Okay, and then we'll use this color as the text for that. And actually then let's use this darker color for moving objects as well. So this one's not going to have as many. It's going to be like, this is the background. This is stuff you can collide with. This is non-collidable. This is the ball. See how that looks. Yeah, that's good. Looks pretty cool. So it's a difference to see a bright background color scheme. Okay, alright, so that's enough paletting for now. Let's see. Which one do we want to use for now? Let's use... Let's go back and look at our green and yellow one. I like that one. Yeah. Alright, now we're going to do a few little cleanup things. So, over here, look at our game manager. We have a few things that I think are just, you know, we're going to spend some time here cleaning up the presentation of this a little bit. So, one of the things is that we do our simulation here. And let me look at this real quick because we did have a problem. Right. Okay. I still have to look at this a little bit because I think I have a scenario where the ball can get stuck and it doesn't recover properly. But we'll come back to that. So our reveal sequence. This is the actual sequence where it's showing the sub trajectories of the balls. Not of the balls, of the main ball. And right here, so the way we do this is we loop through each step in our sequence. It shows a different percentage of the recording. And right here we work out, okay, what's the starting frame for this sequence and what's the end frame for this sequence. We clamp it to make sure we didn't somehow go outside of the bounds, which shouldn't be possible, but if you typed in a number bigger than 1 into the inspector, you could make that happen. Okay, then we remember when we started doing this thing. And what we do right now is we just loop until as much time has passed as we've said we wanted for this subsequence. And so the problem is that right now, or the thing that's not as cool about it is like, let's say the ball took, 2 seconds to do this, and we decided we wanted 5 seconds to show this. Then we'll show 2 seconds, rewind, show 2 seconds, and then we'll be midway through, and we stop and we want to go to the next step. So what I want to do is I want to adjust this so that we always finish one complete view of the trajectory before we move on to the next phase. So I think what we want to do here, yeah, so we're inside this while loop and we are looping along here each fixed update. Yeah. And so I could do this a couple different ways. But really, I don't want to get out of here until both this has happened. Or until this is no longer... yeah. It should be like, we're less than this and something. Let me think about this. Really what we should do is we should just calculate how many loops we want to show. Okay. Int desired loops. So what we can do is, actually we'll do this, we'll say float step playback duration. So this is like, how long is one playthrough of this step going to take? Which should be pretty straightforward because it should be, that should be end frame minus start frame divided by, and we need this thing to be a float, divided by time dot fixed delta time. Pretty sure, because we were recording these as fixed updates. 99% sure that is the case. So this should tell us how long in real time is this little chunk of playback we have to do. So then I can say, okay, well, you know, int desired loops equals, and the starting point would be, we're just going to do math f dot round to int. Actually, we probably want to do ceiling. This is essentially forcing it to round up. So we're going to take the ceiling of step playback duration. No, of step dot duration. So the overall duration we have here divided by this. So let me think about that. So if we have 5 seconds total and each one is 1 second, then that would give us 5, which means we want to show the thing 5 times. Yeah, that sounds right. So we're going to take this, yeah, divided by this and round up. So we should always get at least 1. Which means now what we can do is we can just say while loops shown is less than desired loops. Because what this does is we come down here, we go in here, we increment the frame. If we make it to the end, we place the ghost ball. We do a little temporary rewind effect, which we're not calculating into our duration. And then we increment number of loops shown. And then we come down here. The other thing is we should only do this. We should only actually do the rewind. No, we could do the rewind each time now. We do the rewind. We say how many loops we've shown. Then we go through here. We do all this other junk. And then we would wait a frame. Then we'd come out back up here. And loop shown would now be equal to desired loops. And we would pop out of this. Okay. So this should now like round it to even increments of this. And then we have a special case, I think. Yes. Last step is always just one loop. So bool is last step equals, this would just be if I is equal to reveal steps dot length minus 1. And we can say if is last step, desired loops is 1. We're going to add some more code here in a second. It's going to also take advantage of knowing that we're on the last step, because I think we want to make the camera work a little more dramatic. Okay. All right, let's go back and see if we've got any compiler errors here. No, it's okay. It's okay. All right, so let's run this. And now what we should see here is that, like, ooh, okay. No, that's not correct at all. It's only doing one iteration. Look at that. Okay, so the math The math be busted. Let's go back and look at this. We're sim speed. Yeah, we're simming by fixed delta time, so that's correct. Okay. So that all seems about right. So let's go back and look at this. Something must be wrong with this math here. This is in frames. Oh, wait a minute. No, times. It's times. Because that was frames. So the amount of frames times the duration of each frame instead of dividing by. Okay, here we go. So we're repeating, right? We're giving you, like, I think 15 seconds to vote here. The main thing we want to look for here is when it gets to the end here, does it do a complete before moving on? Uh-oh. We've got quite a few going on here. More than we anticipated. Quite a few more than we anticipated. Okay. Oh, our timer is a little funky too. Let's go look at that real quick. How are we doing the timer? It's right here. We're just taking the time and subtracting it and divided by this, but we might take longer now. So now do we know? We don't really know exactly how much time the whole thing is going to take. What we could do, though... Yeah, okay, here's what we can do. So... the playback interp is... I already have this somewhere? No, I don't. Right? Let me look through this here. We have current frame, right? Current frame. Okay. Yeah, so this would be float of current frame minus start frame. Come on. Okay, divided by the float of end frame minus start frame. Okay, let's just check and see if this is good. This should be... This should give us that the timer fills up as it's playing back. So it's like zeros at the beginning of the playback. Yeah, see? Good. So we've got that sub piece of it. Then we could say float, you know, overall interp. Or like, yeah. So yeah, overall interp is float loops shown divided by float desired loops. Okay, so then what we actually want to do here is we want to say overall interp plus playback interp times 0.1. So it's sort of like we're saying each little mini sub playback is a tenth, or you know, is the minute hand to the hour hand of the total number kind of thing. Okay, it's not quite right. Pretty close though. Oops. Let's let me think about that. Oh, right. Now this isn't the correct way to do this. This needs to be loops shown plus playback interp divided by, I think, is that the correct way to do this? I think that might be right. See if this looks better. This is kind of some goofy math here. There we go. And of course it pauses during the rewind, which is a little weird, but nice. See, it's like exactly one, you know, an even or a round number there, where it shows the whole path rewind, shows the whole path rewind, and it ends on a whole path. And we're being generous here, so if I've said I want to give you 15 seconds, this will always be a little bit more than 15 seconds. It'll never be less. Yeah. And the number you get should change as the, you know, depending on the duration of the playback. Makes sense. Ooh. Okay. That was a nice little bit of cleanup. I think I also fixed it. We had a thing before where if this one is the final reveal here, and if it was too fast, it would also like show a weird number of increments. Okay, this is like, yeah. So now I want to make some changes here. The game manager over here. This is how we can tune most of this game. So the number of steps here, we have essentially 4 voting steps and then the final reveal. I think we want to change this and just have 3. And we're going to try, let's show you a third. Then let's show you, yeah, for a little under 50%. This one's going to be worth 500 now. And then we show you, yeah, so 60%. Or actually, let's try this. Yeah, a third, half, and then 2/3. And this would be worth 150 points. And then this is the reveal. And it's worth no points. Okay. One thing I'm actually thinking too, after playing with it on the stream for kind of a long time, a few nights ago, was that maybe this game's actually a little too fast-paced, and that maybe it could use a little more downtime between rounds. I have to think a little bit about what I would do about that. Okay, so here you're seeing essentially half the trajectory of the ball. And then here comes the last round. It's only worth 150, and you still only get to see that much. So there you're like, okay, does it roll over the top and go into 2? Or does it fall down and go into 1? And then we get this reveal right here. And we see that it went over, but it bounced back into 1. Okay, cool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make that reveal slightly more dramatic. I think it's time to finally incorporate some camera work. So, okay. So, think about how we're going to do this. I mean, moving the camera around is easy. Yeah. Okay. So in this massive script, I should probably start breaking up into smaller pieces, because goodness. We're gonna have, we need some details here for the camera. So I'm gonna end up putting a little script on the camera, I think, that allows it to like chase a transform and be clamped to never go outside the bounds of the little rectangle of the game board. So let's write that script. This is gonna go in our gameplay folder, I guess. Why not? So we're gonna have a create C# script constrained chase camera. Okay. And we're also going to have, okay, and then we're also going to do, I think the way I'm going to do this is we're going to make another script called board framing camera. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Come on. Board framing camera. Okay. And we're going to just basically be toggling between these two based on the state. So this one should be super simple. It's basically going to have the rectangle that is the thing it's trying to frame. We know this is going to be on the camera object, so we're just going to have a private camera like this, so we can say void start. We just say cam equals get component camera. Okay. And then basically private void update. So when we're up, anytime this thing is active, we're just gonna frame it. Question is, do we want any smoothing? I mean, I suppose I could maybe or should be just using Cinemachine for this. Should I just be doing that? I probably should. You know what? Let's do that. That's gonna get me transitions and stuff for free. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of the constrained chase camera. And this is gonna mean we have to do a little bit of extra work, I think, but it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so we're gonna go here to our package manager. We're gonna make sure we have Cinemachine in this project. Cinemachine. Download. Import. Import. Okay. We're going to have two cameras for now. One is the one that just frames the board, and one is the one that follows the ball as like a close-up. So we're going to go Cinemachine, create virtual camera. This is going to be cam underscore frame the board. And then what we can do is we can go here into our layout system. We can create an empty, and this is board center. And we just put a flexible layout on here, and we set it to 0.5, 0.5, and this thing will always be in the center of the level now. Then we can have this camera follow this transform. Okay. And yeah, it's an orthographic camera. Cool. The aiming is going to do nothing, and the orthographic size is going to be 8. Okay, so there's our camera that frames the board. That might be all I need for that. Now let's make another one. Cam follow the ball. Okay, so this one is going to have its follow set dynamically. It's going to be zoomed in, right? Let's make it, let's go with like a 2x zoom. Maybe not quite that much. We'll see. We're going to add a Cinemachine confiner. Bounding shape. You need a 2D collider. If the camera is orthographic, screen edges. If not checked, then only the center. Okay, yeah, we want screen edges. So for this to work, we need to generate a collider. Okay. So we're going to need a way to have a box collider 2D. So we're going to need a script. Yeah, let's just test this real quick. So this should be 8 by 16, and the offset should be 4 by 8, right? Okay. Assuming that that exists, if we set that as our confiner, must be a polygon collider 2D. Oh, really? Okay, fine. Polygon collider 2D, fine. It's gonna have one path with 4 points, 0, 0, 16, nope, 0, 8, nope, 16, then 8, 16, and then 8, 0. Okay, does that work? Put that. Okay, it likes that. So I'm going to have to add some code later to handle screen aspect ratio stuff, but this should, see, look at that. It doesn't want to go outside the level, which is excellent. And then it's got some damping and stuff, which is cool. This is pretty much what we want. So now what we need to do, and we could do an aim thing, but what we need now is we're going to go here to our game manager. And up here at the top, we currently have our camera reference, but we're not going to need that anymore. What's going on here? Reload. Okay. Visual Studio doing some thinking. All right. Now we don't need this camera anymore. Instead, what we're going to want is a Cinemachine virtual camera base. This is going to be framing camera, and then follow camera. Okay. And I think what we can do then is when we say load next board. Okay, so when we load the board, we do some stuff here. And right here, we can say follow camera dot m. What is it? Dot follow. Okay, dot follow equals current board dot ball dot transform. Okay. We don't need to center the camera anymore, so we can get rid of all this. And we say use framing camera. So for this, what we would do is we would say framing camera dot priority is 100, and follow camera dot priority equals 0. Okay. Then what we should be able to do is in our reveal sequence right here, also switch to the follow camera. We can say follow camera dot priority equals 100, or let's just do this. We'll just bump it up really high so it takes precedence. Okay, and then once we're done down here, back to normal camera. Follow camera dot priority equals 0. Okay. So now let that compile. We give it our board framing camera and we give it our ball following camera. And we say we're going to use a 1 second ease in, ease out blend between cameras for now. So when we run this, here we are, we're framing the level. Ooh, what's going on here? Oh, now there's a collider. Let's add a layer. Let's see. Probably should set up some layers at some point, so let's do this. This is going to be the board objects ball, and then camera confiner. Okay, now we can do a couple things here. We can go edit, project settings, physics 2D. We can go down here, and first of all, we can turn off most collisions between things. I'm just going to turn on the ones that we actually want. Nice and tedious little checkbox clicking here. Okay, so the ball should not collide with the confiner. It could collide with other balls in case we ever add more. And it should collide with board objects. Board objects should collide with the ball and other board objects. In case. Actually, maybe not. Let's turn that off, actually, for now. Okay, that's it. Those are the only things that should ever collide. Ball should collide with the other balls and board object. Okay. Now we got to go to our prefabs here. The ball, for example, needs to be on the ball layer. Okay. The spinner spokes would be on the board objects layer, and so would the spinner itself, just in case. Okay. A wall would be on the board objects layer. Vote meter is not. No. Recap tile, no. Bucket indicator, no. Bucket divider visual, no. Okay. Now we also are going to have to go to our level boards. And level board needs to know about layers now. So we can just say int board objects layer. I forgot what it was, so we'll set it in the inspector. But then down here, when we create things, like when we create the frame colliders, we need to set it right here. Frame call obj.layer equals whatever that is. Okay, so that's handled there. Here's all the visual stuff. Then we go through here and we plan. Then we create the buckets. The trigger here. Bucket trigger object dot layer. Should be the board objects layer. Then we create indicators. We create the dividers. So the divider object layer should be that layer. And I think that's pretty much it. Okay. Excuse me. Now, we probably want this to be on a different object. But for now, we can just set this to be camera confiner. Ooh, we didn't want to do that. Camera confiner, this object only. Okay, so these should still be default, defaults. Okay. All right, let's see. Did we break things? Yes, we're not colliding with walls anymore. So what's the reason there? Let's go look at this. The ball is on the ball layer. The wall is on board objects layer, and its collider is on default. Oh, because the walls create their colliders at runtime. Yes. So we need to go to wall. And go down here. Oh, we need to do the same thing here. We need to set this. Oh, this one we can just do here. Call object dot layer equals this dot game object dot layer. So set it to itself. Okay. Let's go back and remind ourselves what actually is the board objects layer is layer 8. So game manager needs to know that. No, not game manager. Is it game manager? No. It was the actual board itself. So our base board needs to know that the board objects layer is 8. Okay, so now all these should see an 8 there. Okay, let's run it again. Builder Argus, hey, how's it going? Command win. Oh, that's right. It's command auto win. Yes. Thanks for dropping by. We are trying to add a little drama to the game tonight. As you may or may not notice, we now have pretty colors. We added in support to define palettes for the game. So I've got this pretty green and yellow palette right now, and we made a few others tonight. We can easily swap the game and change the palettes. And then in theory, what we just did is when we get down to the final reveal here, we're going to see it switch to a new camera angle that it zooms in and is more dramatic. So let's see if that is actually going to occur. Feel free to play along if you'd like. I'm going to vote that this is going in bucket 3. Okay, here we go. This is the last thing. Now we're going to the reveal. We zoom in. Look at this. We follow the ball down. Oh, that was pretty cool. That was fairly dramatic. I almost wonder if we should do slow motion for the final one. Like slow it down a little bit, you know? Let's see. Okay, for 1,000 points, where's it going, Builder Argus? It's going in bucket 3, isn't it? But then you have to ask yourself, how much is it going to bounce off of this rotating object? By the way, that's a rotating object. With some palettes, it's easy to tell, like this one, because the color is different than the static walls. Ooh. Ooh. Wait a minute, did you just re-vote? No, right? No, okay, that was from the previous one. One. I'm gonna wait here. Now this is the last one. This is all the information we get. We don't get a lot. I think it's going in 3. Didn't pay attention to the rotation. Yeah. I'm sort of debating whether or not the rotating things need some kind of little ghost as well. Probably not. Because you get to see it so many times. Here we go. Oh, that's so much more dramatic. I like it already. It's over too quick. I think we need our recording to actually let the ball go all the way through the bucket. Right now it's stopping as soon as it like touches the bucket. So what we need is a little grace period to let it go past the edge. So we can actually pan down and see the ball leave. And eventually then I also want some like visual effect to occur there as well. But this is pretty cool. Now what we can do, see, we can do some cool stuff. I can or yeah, a bottom to the game where it sort of comes to rest. Yeah, that's kind of cool. We could put a little floor so you actually see the ball like land in there. That's kind of a cool idea. Ooh, this is a tough one. This is really tough. Yeah, I'm liking it, but I'm just for the sake of interest, I'll vote 2. Let's see what we get. I'm not giving you as much information now as well. Here we go. Look at that double bounce on there, and then a little bit. Oh, Builder Argus. Got it correct. This is already way more interesting because you get that little zoom, you get more anticipation. So let's do a couple things. One thing is we can add blends. So we're going to create an asset. You put this in here, we'll just put it right here. like this. Okay. Because then what we can do is we can say, okay, when you're coming from the board to the follow. So that's now going to be when we transition to the zoom. Let's make this more dramatic. Like, let's slowly zoom in over 3 seconds. But when we're going from follow back to the board, we want this to be like 0.5 seconds. Like, get right back. Okay, let's do that. Now let's go in here to Game Manager and let's do a couple things. So during the reveal, how about this? A reveal step could have a public float timescale. So we can tune this. Okay, so we will, I'm going to have to think about, that may have some impact on things. Maybe not though. Okay, so but we'll have that. Then we also need, during the simulation, private int sim pad frames, frame count. You know, we'll just give it some number. What this is going to do is when we are actually simulating, so what we're doing right now is we simulate until we see that it went into the bucket. But let's see, to keep things simple, what we could do, something like this, is that once we get down to here, sim some extra frames for padding. Okay, and so this is just gonna be very simple. We're just gonna do something like this. And this would actually be for I equals 0, I equals less than simpad frame count. We're just going to simulate a little more, and we're going to record a little bit more after we know the answer. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. Okay. That should give us some padding at the end. Now, now our reveal. Okay. Do we want to take this padding into account? Probably. So we're going to say int last real sim frame equals recorder dot captured frame count minus the simpad frame count. Okay, so then the actual, we'll use this to calculate frames. Okay, that should mean that we're now only really working inside the range that doesn't include the padding. And then how would we do this here where if we wanted to do slow motion? Because we're doing this per fixed update. We could just do, we could do something cheesy here, like frame repeat. And so then what we would do is like down here where we do this, we would actually, where is it? We would have like frame skip equals no, not here, not here. In the replay. In the replay, what we do here is we increment current frame, every time. But what we could do instead is let me think about this. We would be like int frame skip equals step dot frame repeat. Okay, and then so right here we say if frame skip is greater than 0, frame skip minus minus, else actually move on to the next one, and then frame skip resets to this. I think that'll be right. Because then in theory what we can do here is on game manager, every time I look at this thing I'm reminded how big this class is becoming. We can go to our reveal steps, and this last one, the frame repeat, is 1. So it should play back at half speed. Okay, so let's test those two things. We should have padding at the end, and we should have half speed of the final playback. So let's keep an eye on this. How does this look? Where's the ball going to go? This one is pretty hard. This layout is tricky because those little walls there, yeah, they provide some pretty hefty randomness into the equation. Boom, 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 boom. It's going to land kind of on the left-hand side of that thing. I think it's going to graze it, and it's going to drop in bucket 2. I should have waited, though, to see that that's not the case, and it's going to fall in bucket 1. Okay, now in theory here, we're going to get our reveal, and just after this iteration. Here we go. We zoom in slower, and the ball is moving at half pace. Pretty cool. Oh, goes into 1, and oh, on the last round, we have this thing up here, see, where we said what's the last actual sim frame, and then we calculate some stuff. We need to handle the case here. Let's go like this. Let's determine this up here at the top so we can use it. And then right here, last round is allowed to play through the end of the entire recording. So if is last step, we say last real sim frame equals just recorder.captured frame count. Okay. Okay. Now we should actually see our padding. Was there something else I wanted to do? There's one last thing I wanted to do. This right here. Vote meter. Do we have just a way to set text? No. So let's add an overload. Public void set display text. And we just say score label text equals t, so that here we can say once again if is last step vote meter dot set display text to final reveal text. Okay, we might make this more fancy as we move on, but this should. It's going to change this little score readout, so it won't say 0 on the reveal, it'll just say the word reveal now. Okay, what do we got here? I mean, that looks like it's a pretty straight shot into bucket 1, doesn't it? This is the other thing I was considering, which is putting in some kind of failsafe. Where if the ball doesn't if its trajectory is too boring, we skip it. Yeah, this is going to be pretty boring. This is just a straight shot into 1. It would seem. But that's okay. This is going to give us an opportunity to see if our new code is working properly. Yeah, I don't think it's going to hit anything. I think it's just going to bounce off the wall and go right into number 1. You know, and it's like, well, maybe once in a while, kind of a freebie wouldn't be too bad. But I feel like I should put in some code that either says if the total time the ball spent in the level is too low, which would only happen if it's like a straight shot, you throw that one away and sim for a better one. Or we could count the number of bounces. Okay, it said reveal, and the ball went off the edge. Very nice. Kind of like the idea, though, of putting a little catcher in the bottom. I think that might look pretty cool. Or you could make it a variant that happens faster. You mean, oh, that the voting happens faster. That's a cool idea. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, this should be easy, speed round. Even this one looks pretty easy. I bet this is going straight in bucket 3. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. I am planning on, I don't know if I'm going to get to it today, but the next thing I want to add, which was a really great suggestion from the previous stream, is like kind of a bonus round or a lightning round or something. And that one, what it would do is it would change it. You would only get to see one thing. You don't get the tiers. You don't get like, here's a little bit, here's a little more, here's a little more. You just get one, which is like maybe just half the trajectory of the ball or something like that. And there's only one, so there's only one voting period. And everyone has to vote. If you don't vote, it's like the same thing as getting it wrong or something like that. To try and sort of like equalize out the scores and make the game a little more dramatic. Easy mode, to avoid it, would probably just making the initial angle sharper than extra. That's true. That's a very good point, Builder Argus. That might be the most obvious solution. Yeah, because that was pretty boring. Trajectory. Yeah, because right now it's like it has a cone that it can shoot the ball out at, but that means it has all these like shallow angles that are allowed. Although I don't know if some of these levels handle that well. Like it's cool to allow that because you get something like this where the ball fell straight down, but you still have an interesting guess to make. 2, huh? 2 is a pretty safe bet on this level, on this board usually. Just because of the way the obstacles are laid out. Let's see here. I don't know. This one actually, I think it's possible that it can get stuck on the edge of the board here. I have to fix this level. But we would know if it got stuck because we would have seen a bug happen. Let's see here. Here's the final. This is as much information as we get. Ooh. Ooh. I'm saying it's going to squeak in there and go in bucket 3. Right? Or is it going to bounce off that and rebound over into bucket 2? We shall find out in the dramatic reveal now. Doom. Doom. Oh. Oh, Builder Argus victorious. Nice. I gotta fix that. It can't even fit on the right-hand side there. That's just unacceptable. Oh, and with that, Builder Argus took me over into first place. By the way, there's a thing now where you can type ! Emote, and then put any emote you have access to in, and then that becomes your picture in the leaderboard. Ooh, this is a tough one. Is it going to go right through? Hard to say. Yeah, feel free to give it a try. It's just ! Emote, and then space, and then any emote. Ooh! Ooh! Rough bounce there. I'm going to come in and snipe you with the 3 there. Yeah, so that way, yeah, you can kind of customize. Oh, that's an awesome emote. Yeah, you can customize how you look on the leaderboard, and eventually I'll make it so that it remembers those settings. So if you come back a different day, it's still... Oh, this is interesting. Look, I'm intending to not give you too much information here, but there's so many bounces back and forth here at the end that a big chunk of the replay is actually inside the bucket. I probably should have a Y cutoff, where if the ball crosses some Y threshold, we also call that you know, a call off. Like we can't show past that. There you go. Check it out. Much more visual now. And with that, the tables have turned yet again. Okay, I really like this dramatic reveal thing. I think I don't like how the trail is stopping, so I want the trail to keep going. That should be one line change. And yeah, we keep getting these like boring ones, so we definitely need to do something about this. This is the kind of code that's a little tricky to test because you might put in the code and then you run it and it's like, I hope I don't see that scenario now. And if I don't see that scenario, is that code working? Yeah. Like free points. See, once in a while, it's not the end of the world, you know? But it is a little... Maybe it's just that my layouts are too... I don't know. We could try your idea, though, Builder Argus, of just saying, like, never shoot the ball, like, with too shallow of an entry into the level. Which is pretty interesting. I gotta think about how to do the Y value cutoff, too, because that's gonna actually really fight my... No, not necessarily. Let me think about that. Yeah, that one was easy. Okay, so I was AFK, so no change to my score. Builder Argus got 1,000. And the tables have turned yet again. Ding. Ooh, this level. Oh, I've been meaning to make a change to the spinners to make them a little bit have less mass, like less dense, so that they get a little more rotational interest. Because this level is like basically whatever side it ends up on, it falls into that bucket, and I'd like there to be still a little more potential afterwards. So I probably need to move these, move the spinners up and make them lighter, I think. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right, Builder Argus. This is going to go in bucket 1. It seems to be the case. Like if it goes to the left, it ends up in 1. If it goes to the right, it ends up in 3. And if it goes in the middle, it ends up in 2. That's a little too easy to determine in my mind. Offset them. That's a very good idea too. Yes, I like that. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Boop, 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 boop. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this is looking pretty good. And because you're winning, Builder Argus, I'm going to stop playing now, and you know we gotta work on this game. It's very important that we work on this game, and not just me stopping because I was losing, obviously. Just messing with you. Okay, so the spinner spoke, or is it spinner itself? Spinner itself density, or I'm going to set this to like 0.75. We'll see what that does, and then let's have a look at this level. And yeah, let's do this. Let's move the one on the right. Up a bit. Like that. I think that'll be more interesting. I think that's a good call. Now, we will need to apply our overrides and then get rid of this. Okay, so we could try doing a... what's the complaint here? Some kind of prefab utility complaining. Interesting. Okay. Let's give this a try. Let's try the Builder Argus method. Now where do I actually... I set this on per board, actually. Oh, it's per board. I was so smart. Previous Wallaber was so clever, thoughtful, and smart. The previous Wallaber planned ahead and said you can actually set some variables about the conditions for the starting position for the ball on a per board basis. So if we go here to level board, and we have this thing here, right here. Ball, start, vel, angle, half range. So we need to change this. We're going to make this into... what are we going to do? We're going to say serialize field, private float. We're going to give it some obnoxiously long name, just like this. Ball, start, vel, angle, min. Yeah, absolute min. And it's going to default to 0, which would leave us with the behavior we currently have. But it means we can override it on a per level basis. So we grab this, we go down, we go find wherever the heck we do this. Okay, here. Here. So we need to decide, we're deciding the angle right here. We're going to pull this out. And we're going to be like float angle equals this. So what this does, right, is it just says, hey, give me a random number between negative of the max angle and positive of the max angle, because we say we're starting from pointing straight down. So we could be like, oh, up from negative 70 to positive 70. But then what we can do right here is we can say if math f dot abs of angle is less than min, then we need, so if it's less than the min, then we're going to push it to the min. Or no, that's not good, because then a bunch of the randomness is going to be in there and we would more frequently get those bottom edges. Oh, that's Ski Freak. How's it going? Thanks for stopping by the stream. We are working on that prediction game that I've been working on. So we're going to do this way instead. We're going to say float sign. About to go to bed? Oh, no problem. Well, thank you for saying hello before you did. It's only 9 p.m. here, so I'm doing pretty good. Random.value greater than or equal to 0.5f, then the sign is 1.0f. Otherwise, it's negative 1.0f. So first off, we're just going to flip a coin to decide if we're going left or right. Then angle can be a random between min and half range. Okay, and then we just say angle times equals sign. So there we say, okay, go from min to max, right? Somewhere in there, and then we flip the coin to decide if we're going to be on which side of the equation we're going to be on. Hey, about to go to bed. I never see you live. Lol. Yeah. Have a good sleep. Thanks for saying hello. I really appreciate it. Builder Argus. Yeah, I was just typing out that idea, but you read my mind. Hey, nice. We are in sync today, Builder Argus. Okay, so this should work. This should behave identical to the code before when this value is 0. But now we can require some, some angle. So let's go look at this now. Let's go look at this board by board. Assuming this compiles. Did it compile? It did. Okay. So this board. Boom. Okay, this board has right now is maybe not the best. Oh, we need it while we're here, let's fix this. Because this wall needs to be farther in from the edge. It's too narrow. The ball cannot fit. So let's make it negative 1.65 from the edge. Okay, and then maybe what we'll do is this one you could get some straight shots that sort of fly down in. So let's go here and we're going to say that the minimum, I don't like how these are in the wrong order. It's like you say the max and then the min. But the minimum, let's say, is like, what, 15 degrees? Okay. Okay, so we should be able to apply all this and then get rid of it. Okay, let's go look at board 2. This one, yeah, we have like scenarios where it just falls through, but actually this board I think would be more interesting if we just confine where the ball can fall from. So it has to fall near the center here. Or what did I set this to? 2 point. Oh, you know what? These should be. Oh. Oh! I didn't. Hello! Anna Prinz! Thank you for the raid! I am not hearing any sounds. Did the stream play a sound? Like an alert sound? Because I heard no sound. And I would like to be notified when it's. Oh, that reminds me. Sarah! Raid! Okay, everyone, thanks for coming by. We're gonna do the raid song for you now, and let's begin.
We just got a raid.
We just got a raid. We just got a raid. I wonder who it's from. And today's raid was from Anna Prinz. Anna Prinz, hello. We just got a raid, and it was from you. Thank you so much for coming by. I am Wallaber. My daughter, who is off camera, is Dolliber, and she came up with our raid song, which is a brand new tradition on the stream here. And so, if you've ever seen Blue's Clues, you may understand the inspiration for the raid song.
Give me the phone.
Sure. And now Dolliber wants to chat with you all on my behalf.
Yeah.
So I'm handing her my phone because she loves to do that. There you go. She stuck with the Dolliber name. Yes, she did. Anna Prinz, I recognize. Oh, and hit me with music. Thank you very much for the follow. Anna Prinz, favorite show when you were a kid? Awesome. All right, nice. Hit me with music. We got the follow. I heard the follow alert, so I'm excited that works. I assume the follow was not because you're excited to see whatever weird video game I'm making right now, but instead because our raid song was so wonderful. Yeah, so Anna Prinz, tell me about your stream. How was it? And I recognize your name, but I can't say for sure if I've visited your streams before. What were you doing? Oh, Hit Me With Music says, that's excited because Anna said you were a game dev. Oh, cool. I am a game developer, so you might remember me from such video games as Jellycar, Where's My Water would be the two big ones. All of the many sequels and spin-offs to Where's My Water. And those are the big ones. Otherwise, if you happen to be the very rare case of someone who's followed my more obscure games, I made a game called Wallaber's Trampoline, which was like a trampoline RPG action game thing. Yeah, and then I recently released a game which you're seeing in the corner of the stream over there called Pro Gymnast. Oh, Anna Prinz, yes, now that's why I recognize your name, because you emailed me about advice. Yeah, nice to see you again. Ski Freak says, Ski Freak, why are you still awake, first of all? But Ski Freak, after 2 years of periodically whining about Jellycar being gone, decided to look up who made it. Yeah, so I made Jellycar while I worked at Disney, and so through a sequence of events, Jellycar became a Disney game. And it was actually a really great opportunity for me because I got to advance my career at Disney and became a design lead and blah, 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 blah. But the side effect that's kind of a bummer is that Disney owns Jellycar now. And so it's their decision that none of them are on the App Store anymore. Hit Me With Music, you played Where's My Water? Cool, yeah. Where's My Water? I was the lead designer on that game. It was a small team, so I designed a bunch of the levels, kind of the high-level design direction, but then also did a lot of coding on the game as well. And yes, Gelatin Truck, so that's Ski Freak. We keep joking around here that at some point I'll make a very similar game to Jellycar, but just not have it actually be Jellycar, which for now is codenamed Gelatin Truck. Yes, Dolliver?
In the Where's My Water, if you seen the magical duck, the little magician duck, he turns the ducks into ducks.
Yep.
That quack is my 4-year-old quack or something.
That's right. That's right. There was this add-on expansion to Where's My Water called Mystery Duck.
Yeah.
And it changed all the levels. It like changed the ducks in the pre-existing levels in the game. Like one of them, it would put little tiny ducks and put 10 of them instead of 3. Or some of them, it would put a huge duck in. And Dolliver over here was the voice of the baby ducks when we recorded that when she was very young. Probably not 4.
Probably like 3.
I don't think so. I think you were older than that, but I don't really remember. You know me, I don't remember anything.
It was like.
Yeah. So anyway, that's me. And
What was that little bunny game?
Stack Rabbit.
That one, I don't.
That one didn't do very well.
Remember how that.
Yeah. Did you make some sounds for that one?
I think I was.
There was like an opening cutscene.
Yeah. Voices.
Yeah. Yeah. And so anyway, I've recently am trying to give proper full-time indie development a go, and so I recently released that game over there called Pro Gymnast. In case you can't tell, I've made a lot of games with gymnastics themes, and that's because I was a gymnast my whole life growing up. Did diving and trampoline and actually trapeze. And so I took all that and I've made several games themed around it. But this is my first proper commercial game as an indie. Yeah, the releases went pretty well. The reviews have been really good, and I've been very happy that a sizable number of streamers have picked up the game and played it here on Twitch. And also YouTubers have made a lot of videos from the game. So that's been really, really awesome. Yeah, I hope to sell a few more copies than I've sold, but overall I really can't complain. I'm very happy with the game, and I think it's a good start. Hopefully I can sort of build up, some kind of Wallaber brand where people hear that name and they think of acrobatics and sports and stuff. And friends, if you would like to play Pro Gymnast on stream, I would absolutely love to watch that. So if you really want to, let me know. I'll send you a key so you can play the game. You don't have to buy it. Because it is a premium product. I did spend a long time on it though, so I think it's worth the price, of course.
But I'm just saying this. I'm making this up as I go. But it would be appreciated if you subscribe, if you put a free key, because it's less money, but it's like
that's true.
Still good,
My daughter has a career in marketing, as you can see. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting game. I think it is a good game, I think, for streamers and YouTube Let's Players because you can, you sort of fail a lot and you can kind of laugh at yourself and at the game and stuff. That's Ski Freak. Make a skiing game. I actually made a prototype back in the day of an aerial skiing, like the acrobatic skiing, where they go down the ramp and off the huge jump and do like triple backflips and then try to land on the downslope. I made a prototype of a game like that. Yeah. And actually, I've been considering adding that to Pro Gymnast. Like I could just strap some skis on the Gymnast, and it should work pretty well. So I've got that in the back of my mind for a potential update. But anyway, since we had a raid, and thank you so much for everyone so far for sticking around for this much of me blabbing. Let me show you what I'm working on right now, which is just a fun little side project, and it's perfect to have some people in the chat because it is a chat interaction game. Okay, so this game is called Chat Predicts. So if you look at this little rectangle here on my screen, imagine that this eventually is like on my stream the whole time. And what you're seeing here is this little ball is falling down and bouncing around, and everyone in chat, you are trying to predict. You're trying to predict where the ball is going to end up. Is it going to end up in bucket 1, 2, or 3? And you can play the game by just typing into the chat your guess. So if you think it's going in bucket 1, you would type in a 1. Oh, hey, Sympathy, hello. So you can see the votes are coming in. They're showing up here. And
hi, Sympathy.
We can Sympathy has been lurking. Sympathy, I know you are a serial lurker, so lurk away. But you got to get in on these bets. Okay, so I made some changes today. So what you're basically doing is you're trying to guess which bucket's going to go in. You only get 1 vote per round. The earlier you vote, the more points it's worth. So right now, because you're seeing most of the path, it's only worth 150 points. And now voting is going to end, and here comes the big reveal. Oh my god, big upset. It was not bucket 1, it was bucket 2. Let's see those results. There they are. Sympathy was the only one who got it right. And so now we're going to see a dramatic change here. Boom. Now, if you want, you can type exclamation point emote space and then plop in an emote of your choice. And that will now become your picture in the leaderboard. But of course, you need to get in your votes now. So right now, if you got your vote in, ooh, we have a bug. We have 2 levels layered on top of them. Oh, I think I had a level sitting in the scene when I hit play. Okay, well, we'll just live with it because we're doing a play test here. But now, if you put in your vote right now, you would only get 500 points. And Sympathy, yeah, this one, it's definitely not going to be going in bucket 2, right? Like, come on. This could be a problem here. Is this actually going to... I hope the ball doesn't get stuck. We'll see here what's happening. I have a suspicion that the ball... Oh, look at this! Ooh. Where is this going to go?
Know how I can...
Where is this going to go? Let's see here. Here comes the reveal. After that rogue bounce there, here it comes. See this? This is my new dramatic zoom. We just put this in today to make the reveal as exciting as possible. We'll probably have to get some sound cues or something going on here. What is this going to do? It's going to roll back down. Yes, it's going to roll back down. And bucket 3 it is. Boom. So let's see the results. And a bunch of people typed in exclamation point emote. Thank you very much. So now we've got pictures for everyone. So you can see Sympathy's ooh-woo emote there is still in first place. But Hit Me With Music with the cat emote has come roaring into second place here. Now this is going to be a little weird. Sorry for the bug here. The level layouts aren't quite working like I wanted to, and it's because I left a level turned on in the scene, so there's always going to be those few little pieces there. Can't find a skiing emote. Oh, that's Ski Freak. That's a bummer. I think what is a BTTV emote? I think any emote you have access to, though, should work. Oh, it's a plugin. I don't know. I think only like a fish Twitch emotes are going to work, because the way it works is in the code I have to detect that emote and then go look up the URL and then download that texture, or download it as a texture inside the game. I could look into some of these plugins though and see if there's a way for me to support them. I haven't even heard of any of this stuff. I'm still a bit of a Twitch noob. This is going in bucket 3, y'all. So we were in the middle of adding in a few things to it. Also, Sympathy, do you like the color scheme? That is my new palettes. So we have multiple palettes in the game now. So we can easily change the look. Nice. Okay. What do we have here? Sympathy got that one right. She's going to keep her lead. Hit Me With Music was AFK on that round, so you're allowed to be AFK a few times. In other words, you don't get in a vote. You put in a few votes. If you miss too many votes, it starts docking you points. All right, so let's fix a few things really quick. First of all, we don't want this board actually in here, and let's change our. Let's change the. Oh, okay, Ski Freak, make sure you run that emote command when the game's actually running in a second here when we play test again. One thing I'm just realizing is that we have a visitor over my shoulder. This is not Halloween. This is just normal life here at our house. My daughter, Dolliber, is kind of young, so she doesn't really want to show her face on the stream, and this is her solution. Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Don't punch my face.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Yes, we were going to change this to be a more narrow range here. And then that was going to be good enough for this one, so we're going to save this. And then get it out of here. Let's look at this other layout real quick. So we were adding in something now where we can try to get rid of some of the scenarios where the ball kind of just like flies through the level really fast and isn't very interesting. So we're going to say this one should be at least 30 degrees. Okay. Boom. We're just going to update these levels real quick here. This one, same thing. So we want this to be like 30 degrees. Like that. Okay. And the last one. I only have 5 layouts at the moment. This one should be fine. Okay, so we do that. Now let's change our, let's show off the palette system. And we're going to go here to, already have it open. We're going to go to the config. And we're going to say, actually, let's use the ice cream.
Or this one's good.
Palette. Okay. And actually, let's try and make this so we can do this. Okay. Yeah, definitely. There you go. Oh yeah, Anna Prince, I don't think you said what you were streaming. What were you playing? Were you playing a game? See, check it out. See this new ice cream palette? Doesn't this just change the feel of the game? Now I have a bit of a problem here where the vote text is white right now, which is
Well, that's very aesthetic.
hard to see. Yeah, you like this? You like these colors?
Yeah.
They're nice, right? Yeah.
I've been birthed from the air.
Words on stream. Ooh, that's cool. And then, of course, Phasmophobia, which everybody's playing these days. I've heard of it, but I haven't actually looked into that game much yet.
What is it? I saw
It's
it.
the horror game everyone's playing these days.
So it's like FNAF, but like...
Yeah. And I guess everyone likes to stream it. But yeah, tell us about Words on Stream. I assume that's sort of like a, what do you call it? Like a Scrabble kind of thing? Sympathy said she played Phasmophobia with her brothers and would get so scared. Is it multiplayer? I didn't know that. Okay, everyone probably guessed this one right. It's going in bucket 1.
Sympathy does the kind of thing like... I was just like sitting like... Oh, you should go do this too. Oh, it is.
That's
Now
cool.
I want to play it. But it's really
And see, even this little recap here has got the new color scheme. One thing I was wondering, though, is because people can set emotes, what if they pick like a color that's like hard to see on the background or something? Like, should I put like a little drop shadow or something? Somebody says it's like a real-life ghost hunting simulator. Okay, then Hit Me With Music is telling us about Words on Stream, which is it parses chat for the answer everyone guesses from a word scramble. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Sympathy says, when me and my little brothers were little, we may have had a ghost hunting phase. Nice. Sympathy, I was telling Dollimer that that you were really into Harry Potter and that you actually played Quidditch. And she was impressed with your commitment to all things Wizarding World. Sympathy, I was watching your stream earlier today.
To my horror.
That's what it sounds like in this house all the time. You expect me to react to that? Wow. Wow. Sympathy was a chaser. BT dubs.
Oh.
Quidditch. So Sympathy, I was watching your stream, and your chat game has downtime, right? It's got like several minutes of downtime. And it got me thinking about this game. Uh-oh, something's busted. Something broke, you guys. It got me thinking about this game, and this game does not really have any downtime right now, and so it might be a little tiring to constantly play it. So Wallaber, about the emotes, you know about the, don't know how to say that out loud one, right? I don't actually. It's really fun to interact with chat and play. I like to open every stream with it. That's cool. Well, maybe one day, Anna Prinz, you will want chat predicts as well to plop into your stream and play a few rounds. That's the other thing too. Is this, I always imagine this as being something that's just constantly going on. It doesn't have to be. It could be. Clay, I saw your redemption. I will honor it in a moment. But it could be something where you just like swap over to this and play a few rounds with chat and then put it away. Okay, so SCR-183, who happens to be one of my students in my game prototyping class, has come to troll the teacher by redeeming the Make Jelly Car sound effects point redemption. because if you've played Jelly Car,
you made that as a wait. I want to see.
Yes, I added that
okay,
point redemption.
You highlight, make Jelly Car sound effects. Show us a custom Rubik's Cube. Random sub emote.
Oh God.
You have to add
Clay
more.
says that he can afford it. I meant to make it more expensive. He says he can afford it to do it 15 times, which is a problem because.
Well, how many effects do you do per time?
Well, that's a good question. Okay, wait. What is the wording of the redemption?
Make Jelly Car sound effects.
Okay, so it's plural, so I have to at least make more than one, right? Okay, so for your redemption, Clay, I will be performing for you the 2 variations of the Jelly Car engine noise. So what I did in the game is here's the normal car sound. Ready? Okay, and then there's the car going fast, which is okay. And then what I did is I changed the pitch of that based on how fast the car was going. So that should be pretty accurate sounds you just heard. There are other sounds in the game, but I will not be performing those right now. We have another redemption. Okay.
Let me get
this
one. Get my favorite.
We have to go to this mode for the redemption. You want to pick your favorite one that I've made?
Yes, but let me.
Is it here or is it?
Let me turn into butthole mode on with my hoodie because that
okay.
way I can.
Dolliver has to go. Oh, we've had 2 redemptions. Okay, so let me explain the Rubik's Cube thing. So, you know, there's a Rubik's Cube, right? You can solve it. It's a Rubik's Cube. Turns out, there's like a whole little community of people who like to either modify these puzzles, like cut them or add things to them or make them into crazy shapes.
Good?
Yes, that's totally fine. Or design their own puzzles that are similar to this. And I sort of got into this, partly because I'm a nerd, and partly because I had a 3D printer and I wanted some projects to come up with it. And so I have designed a variety of puzzles that are Rubik's Cube-ish, but are unique and, you know, didn't exist before I came up with them. So this redemption is to show off one of these random ones. Now, in the past...
It has to be a good one.
Just as a recap, I've shown this one in the past, which is this cool, like, triple torus thing.
Ooh, I know which
and it turns like a Rubik's Cube. And you can also turn these little pieces here and shift them around. But I've already shown that one. That doesn't count.
One have you shown?
And I've also shown this one. The one with, like, the 2 loops that move
okay. I'm going to show my favorite.
Okay.
Okay, my favorite.
Oh, right. Okay. So this is Dolliver's favorite. So this is called what did I call this? I forgot what I called this. You know those like fortune teller things you can make out of paper that go like this? So this is sort of like a physical version of that. It's this big thing like this, but you can fold it in half this way. You can fold it in half this way. You can fold it in half on the diagonal. Right? So you can fold it lots of different ways, including like folding it up like this, you know, like this, whatever. But the thing that makes this into a puzzle is you can see that there are these little, let me see if I can show it. There are these little parts here, right? And so when you fold the puzzle in half, 2 of them line up, and you can spin it like this. And then when you open it back up, right? So let's do a little scrambling. So you just sort of like,
get out of your chair.
Okay, all right. Dolliver in disguise is going to solve this puzzle. This is her favorite one, so she knows how to solve this one. Whoop, whoop. Okay, let's go like this. Go like that. Okay. Okay, so this is, you know, sufficiently scrambled, right? Right? Okay, Dolliver, you can do the honors.
Okay, I can barely see, but I'm gonna do it. Let's go. Okay. Hello, everyone. How's it chilling? Okay.
There you go.
Ooh, okay. So, these 2 just have to switch. Now, the green and the pink are solved. I'm so afraid it's gonna fall. But it's not. Okay, and then...
That's inside out.
Oh, it's inside out. So, the yellow and the pink, which those... Oh, the other one was red. I can't tell.
You can put the red where it goes right now. You have it.
Then what did I have earlier? No idea. Okay. Can't do that. So then, let's see. Where's the orange? Orange is over here. Let's put it. Now the orange is
almost done.
These ones should be switched. And they keep getting all discombobulated. And these ones should be switched. Is that it?
I think you did it.
Yay! I did it. And then you just
There
like
you
that.
go.
Then you can like lock it.
Right. So that thank you for the redemption on that. That was my. I think I called this like the fortune floppy or something like that. And one thing that's kind of cool about this, it doesn't totally work perfectly, but the idea is that like these pieces actually won't turn when the puzzle is open, even though it seems like there's nothing holding them. Let me show a different color that doesn't get blown out by the lighting. Like, see this piece, like it doesn't want to turn, but when I connect them together, it can turn. And then when I open it up again, they don't want to turn. So that can be a little mental exercise for the viewer. How does that work? How can it be? How can it be? How could that work? How much do I have to pay you to make me one of those? This one is one of my favorites that I've made. I really like this one. It is a little bit of a pain in the butt to make. I don't know. How much would you pay for such a high quality product? Okay, so I did spend a fair amount of time on that redemption. Anna Prinz, you also redeemed.
Wait.
Show us a custom Rubik's Cube. Would you like to? Are you still around? And would you like to see another one? I only have one puzzle that I've made enough copies of that I can sell, which I could show. I could show next if we want to. If Anna Prinz wants to.
And it's still here.
Truly cash in that redemption.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Not question. I was gonna say.
Statement? What?
Oh, I was gonna say that's how they trick you. That's how Twitch tricks you, because the bits are like, you know, they're not exactly to the same amount as money, so it's harder to like be able to
understand
immediately how much money you're spending, because when it's in a different value than like dollars.
Okay, Anna Prinz is still here. She says you don't have to if you don't want to, but
yes,
it's fun, right? Let's do one more. So this one is actually probably my favorite puzzle that I've actually come up with. So this is.
And we're back.
Okay, wait. We have a helpful stranger says they can interlock, activating a lever that prevents moving if not connected. So you're on the right track, helpful stranger. But I will just in true sort of magician fashion show you that there's nothing protruding. Right? There's not like a peg that goes in a hole or something, right? Hit Me With Music says magnets are involved. Hit Me With Music. Magnets may be involved.
I have added a hat.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's the last one. This is called Magic Digit. Okay, so this looks like a digital display, right? Like a clock, but with only one digit, right?
I painted this.
It's currently showing the number 4. The goal of this puzzle is to create all of the possible digits. So for example, we want to make it the number 1. How do we do that? So there are 4 knobs on the back of this puzzle. And when I turn the knobs, the puzzle changes. Well, hopefully it's going to work properly. Yeah, so when I turn the knobs, the puzzle changes. And if I turn this one, puzzle changes. And by changing these around, for example, I could go like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, and I've made the number 1. And then I could go like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, and like this. And then like this, and like this. Did I screw that up? There we go. And I've made the number 2. Number 3 is really easy. Boom. 3. Let's make a 4. Right, and so the fun of the puzzle is trying to work out what exactly these knobs are doing. And once you learn it, it's pretty simple actually. And then it's just fun to try and make all the different ones. Let's make an 8 because that's the one with the most colors. So you can see I'm just turning the knobs back here. There we go. 8. See, this is the only one I've actually made a few different. I've made about 10 or so of these.
I have no idea.
What have you done?
They like don't stand.
Of course they stand.
It doesn't stand. It doesn't stand. It's not even standing.
Here.
Now
Okay.
it's not standing
I have no idea what's going on.
Right now it's standing. Don't mess with it.
Anyway, so that was puzzle number 2. Magic digits. I may have to increase the price of that redemption because otherwise I'm going to run out of puzzles. Although I've still got probably 20 or so that I've
Where
made.
did you put the rest of them?
They're all up in the box over there.
Yeah, but
Okay, so I think I'm actually going to be starting to wrap up here a little bit. Let me think if there's anything.
You should do a bit prize that's like 1,000 for it's like 1,000 play game of a. I think that's fair. $10 to play game of a month.
Oh yes, good eye, Clay. I did add Cinemachine in today. What is the deal here? So boards. Load next board. Boards. Wait, this line here. And it says the variable boards doesn't exist anymore. What? Okay, we're gonna have to keep an eye on that because I'm not quite sure what's going on with that bug. Yeah, so Clay, the Cinemachine integration is for the dramatic reveal each time we reveal what bucket the ball ended up in. Yes, Dolliver?
Done. When you're like almost done with your stream,
Mm-hmm.
can I play around of a month?
I don't know. We have to finish up. You're what was it, Sunniber or Soliber or something? Needs to go to bed soon. We need to put him to bed.
That doesn't change.
Oh, Clay, have you not even seen this? So Clay, you're trying to guess what bucket the ball's going to end up in. Just type the number in. So if you think it's going in 3, type into 3. If you think it's going in 2, type into 2. Ooh, dramatic bounce at the end here. Okay, so it's coming up. The dramatic reveal is coming up in like 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Zoom in. Slow down. Doom. Doom, doom, doom. 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 What? I think everyone got that wrong. I think everyone got that wrong. That was dramatic. Right? Dolliver is sad. So no change in the leaderboard here. Oh, now see, this is going to be not so interesting. Also, yeah, as you type !emote and then plop in any old emote you have access to,
It's gonna be 2.
you can change the picture of you in the leaderboard.
It's gonna be 2.
So yeah, the idea is that this would be like running in my stream kind of constantly, or in anyone's stream if they want to use it once I get it kind of fully working. I still have some more work to do, but getting pretty good. The text in this color scheme is busted. You can't really see it. This one is going in. Wait, what? Yes, Delbert? I don't know what happened. She ran away. She took my phone. yeah, this one is a pretty safe bet. So this is one of the things that happens is that sometimes you get these really boring ones where it doesn't really bounce around much. I'm trying to think of how I want to combat that. Oh, Sympathy coming in with the last minute vote. 150 points, but it's going to be correct. Here we go. Yeah, that wasn't too exciting. Sympathy emote. Oh, you made it in with the ooh, nice. But it looks like I got in early on that one, and I'm going to take first place. So Clay, aka Skur183, is in second place. Here we go. Ooh, this is going to be an interesting one. Even with the music, it's okay. You can go AFK and miss a few, and you don't lose any points until you miss several in a row, and then it starts docking points. So if you actually like go in lurk mode, you would slowly fall down the leaderboard. Really, guys, you're getting in with these votes early. This is going to be a tough one. Ooh, okay, I'm going to go 3. I think it's going to come up and around on the other side of that little peg there and drop in bucket 3. Vimlark, hey, how's it going? Vimlark, are you doing your evening sort of lurk mode? Thanks for dropping by the way. Oh, I think 3 was a pretty good bet. Let's see. Check it out, Vimlark, and I put in a new dramatic reveal here, so Sympathy says no way it's 3. Okay, here we go. Here's the dramatic reveal. Zoom in, pan around. What's gonna happen? Sympathy, what's gonna happen is it's gonna go in 3. And then we see what's happening here, and Vimlark gets in with 500 points and is gonna come into, looks like 4th place here, and Sympathy is going to drop further down. Oof. And so yeah, you can do exclamation mark emote if you want to set an emote for yourself. And it will become the picture that is in the little leaderboard. One of the things on my to-do list is to make it so that it remembers that, so that you don't have to type it every time you would come to the stream. You have to do like Vimlark. It has to be like exclamation mark emote space and then the emote. Let's see. So it would look like this. And you can't see it right now, but there is confirmation text appearing on the screen. Problem is this new palette I created is not setting the text color right now. There you go. Everybody's got the emotes in now. So the leaderboard is going to look a little more lively. Did I even vote this round? I don't think I did. I think I was too busy explaining emote. What is this? Is everybody going 3 on this one? Looks like almost everyone voted 3. It looks like to be a pretty safe bet. Let's see. Here's the reveal. I need some sound effects now because I want to be like boom. Something cool has to happen when it goes in the bucket too, but I haven't decided what yet. Okay, Vimlark was AFK, too busy setting emotes, and is now relinquishing first place to Skur183, aka Clay, aka my student in my game prototyping class. This one's a little hard to say. Let's see, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Confetti, Anaprins, I like it. I was thinking confetti or like little fireworks or something. I am a sucker for confetti in video games. So I will probably make it confetti. Vim, I like that you knocked it down to 3 rounds. Yeah, so I changed it. I did only 3, and the last one shows you less of the trajectory than it used to. So there isn't like that gimme 100 points like you're definitely going to get it thing. So that now it's really like every time you do this, it should be more like a real, a real guess, which I think is making it certainly more interesting. Ooh, this is going in 3. You can still kind of get this like 150 point snipe. But overall it's better. It's an improvement. I still have a few more fixes I need to do. But Sympathy, I was going to ask if you're actually at keyboard right now, what do you think about the whole pacing? Because like where is the downtime? Like should I have downtime in this game too? Because it does seem like right now it's still pretty consuming, the pace it's at. And I kind of intended this thing to be something that is up the whole time. So I've got to think through a little bit, what we do there. Yeah. Clay was asking, how the hell did you program this? Well, you know, I have been uploading the VODs of the entire development of this game to YouTube. It's in a little playlist and everything.
I'm
So
back.
you can just watch the playlist, Clay. It's like 11 hours of streams or something. Ooh. This is a little interesting. I'm going 2 on this. I think we're going to get a solid rebound. Vimlark going 1 and Sympathy. Those are probably the correct guesses, but think about how much momentum the ball has here. Look at this.
Wait, what happens if I put mine after you?
You only get 1 vote.
I
The
think it's gonna go
subsequent
in
ones don't count.
I-
I'll let you vote on my behalf from now on.
I think it's.
You think it's gonna bounce off the little divider
Yeah, and it's gonna go.
and yeet over into
Yeah.
3. Here we go. Let's find out. Boom. Bink.
Oh, man.
Oh. Clay says he would check the VODs if he wasn't planning on spending the next 11 hours working on your project. Okay, it's not my project, Clay. It's your project for the class I happen to teach. Sympathy, what happened? You were in the lead at the beginning.
Okay.
It's our project. Sympathy, you gotta catch up here. There is a like a streak thing where you get more and more points if you continually get the right answer. But I actually feel like I should nerf that a little bit because it incentivizes you to wait and do the safe bets over and over again. So I think I'm going to change it. There was a suggestion from a previous stream where I should make it that if you bet early and get it right, you get like a multiplier on the next round, but it would only stay if you keep betting early or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. This is going to be an interesting one. So this is the last. That's it. That's all the information you get. Dollar Bird, you put in 2. I like that. I like that's going to bank off, right? Bank off and go in the center. Feel pretty good about that. Clay asks, would you ever give the chat abilities? Like what? There it is. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Dollar Bird, victorious. Oh, Dollar Bird gets it right, and that is going to be a plus 1800, but Clay still got it right. And Sympathy is, and Vimlark, who I would expect to be powerhouses at this game, are running up the bottom. Ooh, this could either be super easy.
You call this an ice cream?
Ice cream, yeah. That's the name of the palette. Vimlark, I took your advice and I went to, what is it, Low Spec, and found some palettes and made it so I can easily swap out the palette in the game. I wish I had a hotkey to do it while it's playing, but I would have to stop the game right now in order to swap the palettes out. But I have a few others that I've already inputted so we can easily change the visual of the game, which is pretty cool. And I like this flat vector style. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Vimlark, well, okay, let's be honest. Sympathy's game is 100% randomness. 100% randomness. Except for the few exceptions she put in the code to be nice to certain people. This game, a strong element of randomness, but technically this is a skill-based game. Sympathy's making a canon game, which is actually different and not entirely random. Ooh, I'm excited about that. Sympathy, I think your game is so cool. 2. Almost everyone got that one right.
No, Clay didn't.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Big swap here. Big swap here. Oh, it would be cool if you could vote on the color palette. Ooh, I like that idea. That's cool. Yes, Clay, you do lose points. You lose half of your points when you get it wrong. Which I got to think about a little bit, because what happens right now is if you're in the lead, you're really incentivized to either not vote and just let the AFK like slowly eke away at your score, or to wait to the last one and only vote safe, so that you don't get a wrong vote, because a wrong vote is so powerful right now. So I don't think my scoring is quite producing the like dynamic that I'm actually looking for in the game, so I need to keep tweaking it. I've made some changes today, particularly to how much of the trajectory you get to see, and I think that's improved things. But yeah, Matzi was here. Matzi Makes, another fellow development streamer, was here the other day, and he had a huge lead, and so then he was just doing cheese votes at the end each time because he didn't want to lose any points. And so we need to sort of clean up that exploit. This is going to be a tough bounce. I think this might go, I don't know, 2 or 3. But it could bounce hard and then hand over to 1. Really don't know much here. Let's see what happens. Dink. Oh, it was less bounce than I was expecting. The 2s have it.
What? I did not vote.
Yeah. Dolliver, you were AFK. What the heck? So I think I might need to put like a drop shadow on the emotes or something, just in case you've picked one that's hard to see against the background. Where you said ooh?
No, earlier.
I don't know. Did you say something hilarious and clever? You said lel.
No.
Not that long ago?
No.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. Oh, Clay, that's a cool idea. So the amount of... It would be like a bet. So, oh, we've got a bug here. There's definitely something happening there. Yeah, this. The variable boards of Game Manager doesn't exist anymore.
It's above lel.
How can the variable boards not exist anymore? Oh my god, what is this? What is this? There's a missing board layout. Oh, good. Well, at least that's an easy fix.
No,
Okay, what? You guys want to see a different palette real quick before we finish it up? We can go here. We can go to the config. And we can choose one of our different palettes. So we're going to do... Let's do... Spooky.
What I was saying is it's Dolliver.
Oh, yeah, so Dolliver really wants me to play Among Us on stream. Okay, so Clay, I like your idea that it's more like a bet. So it's like if you voted right now, you're saying you're basically betting 1,000 points. Or if you get it right, you'll earn 1,000 points. If you get it wrong, you'll lose 1,000 points. I like that. I like that. That's pretty cool. And we might want to handle something like... I still got to think through what the AFK solution should be. See, this is the spooky Halloween-themed palette. Yeah, the ice cream one is prettier. I agree. The bed idea is good. I'm writing down the bed idea. That's a solid idea. See, that's a good game design / game prototyping student I've got there. See,
So anyway,
and just take all their good ideas and ship them in my games. Works out great. Points. I guess I could make it then also that you get a few freebie AFKs, but then if you're AFK for too many times in a row, we start assuming you betted wrong on the last round. So it'd be like the 150 points gets docked each time. See, look, even this is themed. The purple. Pretty cool, right? But unfortunately, right now, you have to do the emote command all over again if you want to get your emotes to show up. So that's a little annoying. I need to be saving saving the emotes across sessions, ideally. Okay, Dolliver says it's going in too. Really, Dolliver? Really? Oh, so yeah, Dolliver really wants me to stream Among Us, and I keep trying to tell her that I don't really play games on stream that much, and I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm more comfortable with my nerdy dev streams. But she's gonna take every opportunity to commandeer my streams and my chat to try and convince games of Among Us to happen. Oh my goodness. Looks like the 3s are out of luck here, but it could be a 1 or a 2. Vimlock, did you say 1 on this one, or was that a previous one? I feel like that was a previous one. So that's a cool emote and a prince. Here we go. See, I like my new zoomed in reveal. This is pretty cool. It might be nice if we reset the trail. No. And a prince was winning. It is not anymore. And is in fact going to have a pretty dramatic drop down to 3rd place.
Yes. Yes.
And Prince, you made that emote yourself? That's awesome. While Dolliver is playing here, I need to make sure that I've actually followed you. let's see, how do I do that? Go like this. Yes, okay. Follow. Cool. And Anna Prince, feel free to check out Pro Gymnast and let me know if you think it would be something you would want to stream. No pressure, you don't have to. Totally, no big deal. But if it is, let me know. How do I make this thing go away? Oh, okay. Vimlar, can we go negative? No. Although if we switch it to a betting thing, it might be funny to let players go negative. So since this is sort of like a prediction game, like I'm wondering if I should put in some kind of like different downtime game where it like shows like some other kind of prediction thing, like a little, I don't know. So bet first round always if you're at 0. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Did you get it right, Dolber? Dang. Vim, like, I haven't seen that emote that up close like that before. It's funny. For AFKers, I feel like you could have a dual currency. If a player skips 3 rounds, you start refining their points. They lose like 500, but gain 1 of some currency they can check with your bot. Use that currency for fun stuff. And that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, because, I mean, you know, people want to lurk as well, right? But, yeah, I'll think about it a little bit. Oh, sympathy has... Now, sympathy. Does equipping the sympathy lurk emote mean you've gone into lurk mode? Or does it just mean that it's a cute emote that you want to use in the game? Dolber's going 3 on the sympathy. I don't know what you were thinking voting 1, though. BT dubs. Just means I like her emote. It is a very cute emote. The Wanda lurk. Wanda is Sympathy's cat, by the way. Yeah, this is going in 3. I don't know what you had in mind there, Sympathy.
They seem to have put in some hackness.
Oh, and Among Us. Okay. Yeah, so next stream I work on this, I think I'll probably put some confetti. And Prinz was right. This game needs some confetti. And confetti is really cool because I can turn the colors of the confetti into the palette, which would be nice. Sympathy, activate magic wind. Well, you know, Sympathy, I did figure out how to make redemptions to notice if redemptions happen in the game. So we could put some point redemptions of some kind into this. I don't know what they would be. I have no idea.
I guess it...
Magic wind. Fun stuff. Tilt board, multi-ball. Yeah, I like multi-ball. So one thing I'm planning, multi-ball I was thinking might be a raid feature. So when you get a raid, it would be like, warning, raider appears or whatever. And then it's like a special round where however many people were in the raid is how many balls are going to drop into the level. And you're trying to guess which bucket will get the most. It should be pretty cool. I think that would be a fun option. Here's the dramatic one. This is definitely bucket 1. Yeah, raid ball would be pretty cool, right? I think that would be fun. And it makes it kind of a special event. I don't know if I should tie it exactly to the number of people in the raid. Maybe that's good, maybe bad, because if it's a smaller group, not as interesting. But even still, even just 2 or 3 would be fun to see in this game, right? Instead of just the 1 ball. So I think that would be fun. And then if you happen to get a raid from a lot of people, it's going to be craziness. Vimlark got in with a quick vote on 2. Now here's a pro tip about this game. So, you know, it's trying to show you a certain percentage of the ball's trajectory. And because it's showing us that much on the first round, it means the ball's going to bounce a lot. OMG, if a very large streamer plays this and gets rated with like 2K people. Yeah, I might have to put a cap on it or something just to be reasonable. But also letting it get a little out of hand is kind of fun, right? Would emphasize that you got rated by a huge group. Okay, that's the final one. Where's it going? Yeah, so I'll probably work on some of the changes to scoring next time. Maybe try and get it saving and loading
Actually,
the emotes. It's 1.
Oh yeah, because the angle was slightly higher than the one before and the one like.
See, there's skill involved.
Yes.
Man. Oh man, hang on. BRB. And a prince taking a risk, going with 1. Now this, it'd be. I mean, based on the fact that we're still gonna get 1 more. Oh, unlucky bounce. Very close though. That's gonna be. If it had enough momentum to go up and hit that green thing, it could go to the left, but it doesn't. I don't think it has enough speed, do you? Here we go. Let's see. Nope, that's a solid bucket too. Ding. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how this is coming together, but I do think pacing-wise, I need to break it up a little bit. So you'd have like several rounds of this, and then maybe something that slows down the pace a little bit, and then come back to this or something. I like that idea. And then I want to add in the raid thing, which I'll obviously have to hook up debug features, because testing a raid would be pretty difficult to do. Okay, Anna Prince, just really need to go to bed now. It's 1 a.m. here. All right, well, head off to bed. And thanks so much for hanging out. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks again for the raid. I followed you, so I'm definitely going to drop by, and I'll see you in your chat in the future. And Clay says, another active ability idea. Player initiates it during the time stop, and a special vote happens. Everyone in the stream can vote to add force to either side of the ball, i.e. 1 on the left, 2 on the right, 3 from below. That's really cool. That does introduce several wrinkles into the way the game is currently built, but that is a pretty awesome idea. Where's this going? Is it 3? It's probably 3. Could be 2. No, it's 3. Interesting. Yeah. But they got that one right though, and it's gonna leap into 2nd place. Looks like. Oh, and Anna Prince says night, Dolliver. Night. You could even find a way to link it directly to your Twitch. Yeah, I can do that. I could make it so that there's a redemption for channel points.
Oh no! Wrong thing.
Okay. I heard nothing. Yeah, we could totally do that. We could make it a redemption, so you have to use your channel points. That would kind of limit the use of it, which is cool. Or, what do you think about this? This is pretty stupid. So what if there was a redemption where you could redeem it, and then you could type in a 1, 2, or a 3. And when it redeemed, it would relabel all the buckets to that number. And then everyone would get it right. So it would be basically a way to save yourself from a fail. Sympathy's going in with a new emote. I like that one. This one's super easy though, yeah. So I'm trying to prevent these kind of boring ones from happening, but I still got to do more work on that. Look at this. This is going to be a very dramatic reveal. Dink. Went exactly where it was advertised. Yeah. Another idea could be something like people buy drops somehow every X minute it runs a set number of drops plus what people had redeemed.
How do I do this?
What are you trying to do? What are you even doing?
How do I do the thing? Or thing on the...
Well, you just gotta put them in order, I guess. I don't know. Okay, wait, Vimlark. So, people buy drops somehow. So every X minute, it runs a set number of drops plus what people had redeemed. Shop screen every 5 rounds by abilities. That's interesting. I mean, yeah. So think of abilities as events, and then the full chat is the one that determines the outcome of it. I do like that, because the whole point of this is chat predicts, right? So it's like... yeah. Maybe what I need is also like some other little mini prediction game as well. It can be like a kind of a pace breaker. Ooh, yep. Sympathy, I found the bug in my game. There was only one? I'm just kidding. When I made that Twitch game for 2-bit, biggest thing I determined was making sure the player inputs are read. Yet there's some sort of response. That makes sense.
I don't know why it's not working.
You did that one right.
Oh, but it doesn't put them together.
Oh, the script that appends new marbles to data is not working. Oh yeah, Sympathy, I saw on your Discord you had posted the RIP because you had the null reference going on when with related to your data list. Where did you find all these emotes, by the way? I like how Dolliver has been using Twitch for like 5 seconds and already knows more about it than I do. Ooh, Bob Ross, can you set that as the emote in the game? You do exclamation point emote, word emote, space, and then put the Bob Ross in. Just like Vimlark and Sympathy did just now.
Oh no, no.
You gotta put the emote in!
I know! I was trying to press the thing.
Oh man.
There we go.
Here we go. Oh, you got it in just in time, so we're gonna see it in this next recap. Ooh! That was a nail biter there.
Did I get it in time?
Yeah. See? Bob Ross in first place. Sympathy says no! Oh man, despite being a dog with cool glasses on, Sympathy is going down. And Vimlark with the cooler than you pipe smoking monkey comes into second place. Yeah, okay. Alright, so the consensus is we gotta do some work on the scoring. We gotta add in some new junk to make it more dramatic. And I gotta think about a pacing, something to do with the pacing. Because when we're sitting here playing it actively like this, it's pretty fun, but if this was going on for the whole stream, you'd get tired of it. That's one of the things I like about Sympathy's game, is that she can say, okay everyone, it's time to play after a few minutes, and you kind of wake up and go to your keyboard, you know? So I have to think about that. I think we need something between rounds, maybe. A Helpful Stranger says, maybe for the betting, perhaps should use a different mathematical model than 1-to-1, do more bell shapes. Higher than 1-to-1 for late to discourage the safest bet, and lower for the... Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so like... So if you bet early and you bet 1,000... Yeah, the odds, essentially, right? So if you bet early and it was 1,000 to put the bet in, but you're betting that because if you get it right, you're going to get, let's say, 1,500 points in return. The middle one is like 1-to-1 odds, so it's like you bet your 500, you get your 500 back. And then the next one down is like you bet 150, but you can't really go lower than 1-to-1, right? There'd be no incentive to do that. It has to drop down to 1-to-1 to be the last one. Right. So it'd be like 1-to-1, you know, 1.25x, 1.5x or something like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, with odds. Yeah, that's cool. I think that is a solid suggestion. Yeah. This one still feels like if it goes off to the left, it's going in bucket 1. If it goes off to the right, it's going in bucket 3. Sympathy, I like the numbers. What do you mean? The numbers on screen or the math? I would have made it a big timer on top, and your points relate exactly to the time you place the bet. So Clay, cannot do that. Cannot do that. Because stream delay. People have variable delay. And so if you're on mobile, for example, and you have like a good 5-6 second delay, like you would type in your bet and you would constantly get, worse points than you had put in. Now, I still have that problem, but that's why I'm doing it in buckets so that everyone gets a fair chunk of time where they could get in their vote. And you might notice, you can test this. If you put in your vote right when it switches or right after it switches, you should see when it prints out your vote that it's giving you the higher point value from the round just before. And that's because I have like a 3 or 4 second grace period where if you put your vote in and we're in the first few seconds of a round, it actually attributes it to the previous one, just to try and be as generous as possible with regards to stream delay. But that is a whole thing. Yeah, it's tricky. My initial idea, Clay, was exactly what you're suggesting, was a score that was slowly draining and you were getting in your votes as you go, but then, came to the realization that would probably get a bunch of people complaining about delay. So Sympathy's enjoying the emote feature. I like it. This one looks pretty straightforward.
Discord.
Yeah, I gotta
Discord.
I'm getting notifications. Okay. Oh, is it one of my students? I have students. They're probably asking questions for their projects that are due tomorrow.
Yeah, you have 8 messages.
Alright, I should probably Sympathy, that is why your game does not involve timing. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. I better check in on. I got students reaching out to me with Unity questions. The students have a big project due tomorrow. And apparently, everyone's trying to get their games working in time for tomorrow. So that's when all the messages come in. No problem, Clay. Yeah, why are you even here, Clay? Unfortunately, you don't get graded for visiting your teacher's stream. You get graded for your project. Yeah, I think the game's kind of coming together, right? I really like the idea of the bet thing. Like, I think I'll keep the order of magnitude of the scoring right now, 1,500, 150. But I think I'll give them odds. So 150 gives you 150 back. Yeah. And then I guess it would have to be... Well, yeah. And then 500 is like, but it actually gives you 700 points back or something like that. And then the 1,000 one actually gives you like 1,500 points back or something. So that could be pretty cool. Yeah, so my main thing I got to put some thought into is the pacing of the game. To make it have the right kind of dynamic for a longer stream. One thing I could definitely do is give you more time to vote for each one. Oh man, Sympathy Clutch went in bucket 1. 1,400 points, but Vimlark got it too, so no real change there. No real change. Cool. Thanks everyone for hanging out and playing. It's so much fun to work on a stream game when people come by and and hang out and chat, because it's super fun and it makes it much more exciting. And it's a fun way to end the stream by actually doing a playtest, because I get all these great notes. Well, you can't really see them, but I wrote down a bunch of notes from the playtest and the great suggestions of people. So that's really great. Okay, so Dollabur is letting everyone know that she's going to be playing a round of Among Us, and there's the code there if you want to join her. I'm going to end the stream now. I guess we could go try and say hello to someone real quick. See if there's anybody I know or...
Sympathy. It is WTJBP.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Sympathy, you made Dollabur so excited that she just dropped my phone. So, just so you know, I may be letting you know on the Discord that you owe me a brand new iPhone 12. All right, I'm gonna stop the game. Thanks everyone so much for the playtest. I actually don't see anybody that I know.
Hello, she joined.
streaming right now. So anyway, thanks so much for dropping by, everyone. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the playtest.
Denmark said worm juice or funky monk.
Oh, okay.
If you're looking.
Funky monk. Who? I don't know either of these folks. Are these dev streamers? The art streamers, perhaps? Oh, worm juice dev. Here we go. Ooh, Unreal. Cool. All right, yeah, let's go say hello to Worm Juice. Vimlark vouches for them. That's good enough for me. Vimlark knows what's up. I cannot type. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, so we're going to go say hello. And thanks again, everyone. I really appreciate everyone. And Enaprin, so I think already left, but brought in the raid today. It was fantastic. We got to do the raid song, and it was the best one yet. And so thanks again. And if anyone's going to join Dolber on the round of Among Us, thank you very much. You're lovely people. Let's go say hello to Worm Juice Dev, who is working in Unreal. Thanks again, everyone. Bye. Did it go? There we go.